Thanks, Dave. Khris Middleton and Jrue Holiday have combined to shoot 47% at home compared to just 39% on the road. They combined for 28 points in Game 2 loss in Phoenix, missing 25 of their 37 shots. Here's Coach Mike Budenholzer on his team's approach for Game 3.
You know, we just got to play. I just want the guys to come and play. We feel like we can play better on both ends of the court. I want them to be free. I want them to compete and play.
We welcome in the champion, that is Kendrick Perkins, and the Hall of Famer, that is the one and only Michael Wilbon, standing right next to me. Mike, let's start with you first. How important are Middleton and Holiday's performances going to be tonight?
On a 1 to 10 scale,
yes.
9+.
Wow.
They have to play. The whole team has to play. I don't believe there's going to be an X factor. I don't believe there's a key. The entire Milwaukee Bucks team has to put up the kind of performance we've not seen in the first 2 games of this series.
What about you, Perk? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know what? We already know that they have the talent. We know that Khris Middleton and Jrue Holiday has to play well. That's the obvious. But Mike Budenholzer has to make sure that their mental is there. His pregame, last game in Game 2, when he was saying play random, have fun. It's nothing of having fun in the finals. The finals are stressful. It's supposed to stress you out for the simple fact that when I was in those locker rooms with the Celtics, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Cleveland Cavaliers, we were stressed out during the finals. You know why? Because we wanted to win. We wasn't just happy to be here. So they have to change their mindset entirely.
Mike Wilbon, I'll go back to you based off of what Perkins just said. How much scrutiny should be on Budenholzer's shoulders tonight, considering how pivotal this game is and some of the critiques that he's received based off of their performances in Games 1 and 2 of this series?
Well, even in normal times, it would be entirely on the coach's shoulders to put his players, no matter what the sport is, in a position to be the best they can. When you talk to players, former players, coaches, former coaches, the consensus overwhelmingly, Stephen A., is that's not happening. And people are loath to sort of be publicly harshly critical of coaches, particularly a coach that has had the #1 seed going into the playoffs a couple of years, has had an MVP a couple of years. But Budenholzer has to deal with this somehow. You also hear about lack of adjustments, lack of consultation with assistant coaches and the sort of senior players who become the extension of the coach on the floor like Chris Paul is. So Budenholzer knows all that. He's heard it all by now. Can he, and is he willing to change any of it?
My only thing to say to you, Mike Wilbon and Kendrick Perkins, is this. I don't want to hear about what we've heard. We saw it. We saw assistant coaches trying to talk to him and him turning his back and not even listening to what they were trying to counsel him on in the first 2 games of this series. So Budenholzer better bring his A game today. I'll tell you that much, because they can't go down 3-0. Nobody comes back from that. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.